Here's something that kind of surprises many people when they learn SQL. So far, whenever you've done a select, you've selected from either a table or a few joined tables. There's another thing you can select from as well, namely the results of a select query. This is one form of something called a subquery, or sometimes a subselect. Remember back in Lesson 1 when I mentioned that the result of a query is always a table? This is why. Since the result of a query is a table, you can select from it, join it, aggregate it, and so on. Here's a table that lists mooseball players, and what team they're on, and the number of points they scored in the last season. And here's a query that will find the highest scoring player's score for each team. This uses the max aggregation, grouping by team, to find the highest score. But suppose that we want to know what the average score of a highest scorer is. To do this, we can take this whole query and stick it inside of another query. The outside query gives the average of the inside query's results. The syntax of SQL requires that we give the subquery result table a name, maxes, here, even though we don't actually use that word anyplace in the query. It's just required. There are several other ways you can use subqueries as well, which are beyond the scope of this course, but can still be very useful. You can read about another use case, subquery operations in the where clause, in the PostgreSQL documentation linked in the instructor notes.